Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles. On the back is the website, chroniclebooks.com. So if you want to search that out, you can do that. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. It's a deck from 2002. It was Hay House, hayhouse.com. I don't remember what the updated website is, but if you look up Hay House, one word, and astrological chart or astrology, I know I have a calendar by them, so they are still active, but if you look at them up, it won't be that hard to find them. They've been around since I was a lot younger. A lot younger. So there's that, if you want that information. Okay. Okay. How good is it really is my first question. You're dealing with something and you're trying to... You got the High Priestess here, which makes me feel good. In the sense of like... You're trying to make something work out, but I keep feeling like this isn't right. Like I keep feeling like this isn't right. Something is a little off base. Something is skewed. I feel like something is warped. The situation seems pretty good, but you're like, but it doesn't sit right with me. Like something's just not right here. And I feel like you're trying to work with it, and you definitely are acknowledging that there's a lot here that's just not something you can get close to. You're kind of feeling protective over a situation, but at the same time you're like, but there's something here that just doesn't sit right with me. And I know there's more here that I haven't found yet. And I'm not exactly sure where to look. I just know something isn't quite right. This is what they're warning you about. Whatever you're dealing with, I don't think there's a chance for actual success. But there is a chance for the truth to come forward, so be careful. Like, I think that's why this is the challenge card, which the Six of Wands is typically success. It's not the success you're thinking. The success is coming from the truth, not from seeing what you want to see. I feel like whatever the situation is and where you want it to go, that might not be attainable. But the truth on why, that does seem attainable. Because I feel like somebody's trying to be, what do you call it? Accommodating? I keep using the word accommodating today. Accommodating, sympathetic. They want to appear like they understand what you want. They're trying to fill in the blanks based on what they think you want to see, what you want to hear, what you want them to do. I feel like they're playing a game here, and it's a very like it's a very dodgy game. Kind of like, to them they're like, I'm not playing a game, I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do, but it's not who they are. They're trying to present themselves as something that they're not. And I feel like the truth is about to come forward here. And whatever the truth of the history, there's history here. They're hiding a history. There's a history here that they're hiding. Now, you might see really quickly what that card is. It's the devil. They're hiding this. The history of the situation is like they've done some stuff. They've done some stuff that they're going to have to answer for. Whatever the situation is, the history of this is not going to elude them. They're working really hard to do what you want them to do, but there's a history here that's going to come back into play. And it's not like somebody's going to come forward and be like, oh, remember when so-and-so did this? Or did you know? Look at all the proof. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be the history coming forth, like playing itself out again. Things they've done wrong before, they're going to do that again. This is the Three of Pentacles. They're working to stay away from it, but it's kind of like knee-jerk reaction. When something comes in really quick. I'm getting the Eight of Wands comes in with the Two of Wands is telling me it's a snap judgment. They go back to their old ways and they do something they should not be doing. It's a repeat of the past because they got the Six of Cups here with that Devil card. If I can pick both of them up at once, that'd probably be helpful. This is what's happening, that repeat of the past. It's coming in quick. They're not thinking they're going to do it until bam, it's right there. It just happens. This is not something, this isn't something you're going to see as a positive, but it's a positive. Because it's looming there. It's been looming there. It's been lurking there. The truth has been looming over the situation. It's just been kind of hidden. And when it finally pops forward and it finally hits the fan, you're going to be like, oh, that's what's been feeling off to me. That's what it's been this whole time. I knew that was off. I knew that wasn't right. I knew that seemed strange. I just wasn't realizing that's what it was. And once you see what that is, you're kind of like, okay. It's kind of like, at first it feels like a bad twist of fate. Like, oh, I wish that didn't happen. But the truth is, it's always been looming. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And when it does pop in, you're able to catch it and do with what you need to do with it. I don't see it devastating anything. I just feel like it's kind of like, all right, now that I know this, I got to rethink this. This does make a difference. This makes a huge difference, whether it's supposed to or not. According to other people, that's other people. But to you, you're like, oh no, this matters. This big time matters. Very much matters. And you look into it, and I feel you like really analyzing it, and kind of like, all right, I got to move this person onto a different path. This path that I thought I wanted them on, not gonna work. No, not gonna work. No, not gonna work. We're gonna have to move on from that. But you're gonna have to have some tact about how you do that. You know that. That's gonna be a no-brainer for you. Kind of like, yeah, I know I gotta have some tact on that, but that's fine. This is actually a good thing, because I feel like what's happening is happening before things get really too deep. And I almost feel like there might be, I feel like you could kind of argue to that, kind of like, well, it's kind of a little bit too deep already. I'm getting, the situation didn't implode. So they're like, I think what they're trying to highlight here is like, oh, it could have been a lot worse. You're in a position this time to fix it. It could have been worse, where you couldn't have done anything and just watch it go to the ground. Or, you know what I mean? It could have been that bad. Because what you're seeing is just a fraction of how bad it can get, is what they're also saying. That might be a part of why this reading is coming in. They're giving you a heads up. Like, this, what you're seeing is bad enough, but this is a fraction of how bad it really could. Now, fractions are subjective. Half is a fraction. 3/4 is a fraction. 1/4 is a fraction. Like, so it's subjective, but they're saying it's definitely could have been a lot more. That's what they're saying. I feel like also, when this happens, it's really good for you to know, because it really is helpful. Ironically, it's also a lot better for whoever you're dealing with, because whatever it is, they need to be put in a position where they can't cause this type of destruction. They don't mean to, and you know that. There's just certain things, I just feel like they might not have control of their own reactions sometimes. There might be something like that going on there. So you got the Two of Pentacles coming in for them. You're helping them find a different way. You're kind of setting them up to find a way to correct the situation on their own. And you're also not going to let them be in a position to where they could create this devastation again, or worse. Whatever it is you're connected to. And for some of you, I realize you're like, I don't have the ability to make those decisions. But you do have the ability to get the information out there and talk to the right people to make sure they know what's going on. Because it might be, for some of you, I think it is that. Like, you have to kind of be like, hey, I think you should know this was going on, and this is what this person really does, and it's not, I don't want to tell you this, I feel like I need to tell you this. So you might be relaying in some information because you feel like you need to. And you're setting this person up for something better, because I feel like they're getting forced to deal with something that they don't want to deal with. Yeah, they really don't want to deal with it, is what I'm getting. They want to pretend like it's all corrected, like it's not that bad. They're hoping for the easy ending. I'm getting this again with the challenge, like it's not. They do need to kind of work a little harder on this. And you're actually helping them kind of get pushed into that direction. Kind of like, if they don't want to help themselves, that's their business, but they can't drag everybody else down with them. But this is kind of something that's meant to push them towards something that actually can make their life better. So it's not bad, it's actually good. I know it may feel a little weird, because there's only so much you can do. You can only kind of like head them. It's almost like you're saying, listen, you can't stay here, There's a path. You can go that way. I don't care how far you go, but you can't stay here. You're not trying to be mean, but I kind of feel like that's what's going to have to happen. Like, you can't fix this for them. This is another piece of this. Like, this isn't something you can fix. You can head them in the right direction and say, well, you're going to have to work on that and find your own help for that. You've got a lot of things going on anyway. You can't. It's kind of like you can't take care of everybody. You know what I mean? And this one's beyond you. I don't think you like that. And I feel like you do have the need to find out more information about this situation. But I'm also getting with the Four of Cups. Yeah. It's only going to go so far. Encourage this person to get their own help. Send them on a path. Don't get caught up in this where you're trying to do it for them. It will drain you, and your energy and time is better used in other places. This is going to end up in circles, and could end up in a spiral, a downward spiral from what I'm getting. So don't overdo it on this one, because they're saying, you know your limits, but you have a big heart, so you want to help. They're saying just don't do it with this one. Encourage them and help them find a path, and like encourage them to go down that path, but you can't lead them down that path. I feel like you're going to have the need to for some odd reason. They're like, don't do this. You're very valuable. You have a lot of other things you need to affect. So this will suck up too much of your energy. And it's not going to work. Like, this is something they literally have to make their own choice. If they make the choice to go towards healing, they will do that. If they don't, if they choose a different direction, like it's not that bad, I don't think it's really that bad. If they choose that direction and just kind of like try to smooth it over, you're not going to get the right answers from them. They're going to keep doing this thing where they keep trying to tell you what they think you want to hear. Encourage them on their way. Send them on their way. I know that might be hard, but they're saying this is one of those times where that's what this calls for. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.